tee. Nelly and Lexi just waiting for their turn. A couple extra layers on today, but the sun will come up all the way over the top of the trees.
This should be a very comfortable pairing.
Certainly more gettable for the players. As there you see the averages this week. 18 birdies all came yesterday so far here at the first. Got to see Lexi's round from start to finish yesterday, shooting that 1 over par, which it wasn't her best. She wasn't hitting very close, Amanda, but she also couldn't get the putter really dialed in either. So again, putter's always going to be key to a good round. I'll go glass half full. What did you see from Lexi yesterday that would give you some hope?
Or what? Yes, like when we were watching, I couldn't believe that she was 1 over par.
Nelly yesterday, 12 of 14 fairways. She hit 14 of 18 greens, 32 putts. It was kind of a similar story to Lexi. The ball striking was fine. It just wasn't spectacular. You know, you didn't have that 1 or 2 kick-in birdies that kind of then leads to the free-flowing of the putter swing. But 32 putts, you can't make a move. You can't shoot a number with a bunch of 2 putts. Nelly did make 3 bogeys yesterday, offsetting the 3 birdies that she had. See Lexi, brother Nick on the bag this week for her final event in her full-time elk-sided down below. Back to the tee now here at 1.
Welcome to the second round of the 2024 CME Group Tour Championship. This is your 8:35 starting time. First on the tee from Bradenton, Florida, a 15-time LPGA Tour winner and 2-time major champion. Please welcome Nelly Corda.
Greatest winning season in 13 years on the LPGA Tour. This is just her 16th start of the year. That neck injury costing her a few fall starts. 12 of 15 cuts made this year. Top 10 in 10 of those 12 made cuts, and the 7 wins. She's won nearly every other tournament she's teed up in this season, and needs a really low round today if she's to cap off this year with the CME Group Tour Championship.
47% of her starts resulted in a win. I mean, that is just so remarkable.
Nelly's got 130. Also gave herself a little bit better of an angle, but left herself probably a full pitching wedge to, like I said, a pin in the very back. So look for this to probably come up a little bit short.
I'm so dumb.
Right where she wanted to stick it. And a chance to birdie this hole for the 2nd consecutive day. Putter in her hand and made the switch to the Spider midway through the year, and has finally gotten a feel with it late in the season that was really comfortable. She putted well at the Solheim Cup. Obviously putted great last week, but very rarely do you see someone win 7 times in 1 year and make a putter switch midway through. Not to a new putter, just to one she was familiar with, but kind of amazing to think that this is not the putter she began the year with, winning 5 times.
Well, and when we watched her, when she hit that slump mid-season, she went from putting so well, being one of the best putters on tour, to having, you know, the really poor putting. Oh, she just hit the edge. That I am not surprised that she changed the putter. Sometimes even just mentally thinking, okay, what can I do? Let's try something completely different. Let's bring in a putter, a new putter, and just even mentally can help give you a better visual looking down and having a better.
Playing better than Charlie Hull, so kind of a stunning 73 yesterday to open this tournament. And we've got a couple of laborers making their way across the golf course. The nice thing to do here is not to hit it, but I'd be tempted to buzz the tower here.
Elevator, 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 elevator.
She might just say, you know what? I'm not going to hit you. I'm going to just grip it and rip it.
Yell for after you make contact. That's up to the right there.
Oh,
got to play at the green without the breezes up today?
Yeah, you know, it's tough. I think she can actually go for this. It's a decent lie. She's got about 160 though, all the way to the back, kind of all the way back. I could see her trying to get something maybe to the middle of the green, or even the front part of the green, just to give herself a putt at it. Anything missing left is a pretty tough up and down, right side too, so look for something to kind of finish in the first half of the green.
Sounds so good.
How good is that? Yeah, these bunkers really are almost perfect. They're not really soft. You can see that even from here. Just making sure that she hits the ball first. You can see the big splash comes after the ball. And that's the key in hitting any fairway bunker shot. Trying to get that ball first.
As we head back to the green, and Nelly Porter starting to stalk this long-range birdie effort, Sophia.
Yeah, she's got kind of a heavy feet, but talking about the putter, she switched only 4 events really. She switched to that spider putter. It seems like a long time, because we say mid-season, but it's only the 4th time, but she hasn't done really well with it, especially long range. Good speed, that's always something that she's been working on, that she's been frustrated with, that she feels like she doesn't have good speed, and I feel like that's gotten a lot better with this putter. So obviously here she's trying to get out of here with a par or almost a birdie. But putting has gotten very good over the last few events.
So you can see, I mean, she even kind of grimaced a little, was hoping to make that, but that pace was really good. She had a beautiful putting stroke, and I think she kind of thought that that might go in.
Then to settle. Go in. Oh, stop, now stop, now stop. My word's a bit more animated than her facial
But probably
features.
exactly what was going through her head.
Yeah. You know, she also alluded to the middle of the summer, not just the putting. You can look at the physical, but she said it was a mental slump as well for her. That for someone who had won as much as she had.
3 years ago, if you had told me that her best stat was going to be her putting stat, I wouldn't have believed you. But she puts an incredible amount of time in her game. She practices so much on her short game, so much on her putting, and it's really starting to pay off. We didn't see it a ton yesterday, but her putting stats are really showing kind of the strength area of her game, which hats off to Lexi that it's their putting right now.
So much freedom. Those arms. That putting stroke looks just so rock solid. Par starts from Kelly, waiting to hit the gas.
But it's so true when it stays inside in the family. I mean, you can see why baseball players, or professional baseball players, will then have children, sons that are professional baseball players, or the Corda family, tennis players, then have children that are tennis players, or even just in a different sport, but it's such a different level. And whoa, did not like that.
Look at
Club swirl and might have hit our camera grill.
Might have gone right through the wicket there. Both the tripod and the legs. Appears to be sitting okay. And to a front left hole location, that's probably pretty doable for Nelly, but that's back-to-back tee shots left to the right. You can even for a tournament, so they were doing some work. As you can see the reaction from Nelly after that drive. Anything you've seen, Amanda, on the 2 swings blocked out to the right?
Well, I saw them on the driving range, and like you said with Jason, it looked like they were really working on turning their hands over, that it might be getting stuck a little bit at the bottom, and that's what's so great. She and Jason have been working together decades, so he knows her swing. just as well as she knows it. And also Jamie being there.
Cakewalk.
Try her cakewalk. Because I don't feel like that's going to be for everybody.
They're behind arriving at their golf balls. Nelly got a fortuitous kick through the camera to get to this spot. Throwing debris around. Yeah, it's even far worse if it kicked up into that pine straw and had more tree trouble. All right, we got both sides of the fairway covered here. Unfortunately, neither one in it. Who's going first, Sophia?
Yeah, looks like Molly's going first. Yeah, she's ready. She's actually got a very good angle into this whole location. 104 yards. The tough part being there's a drop off behind the pin, and she's only got about 8 paces to work with at the front of it. So judging her out of that line, not so easy. Not for her.
Go in.
Oh, get in the hole. Oh, are you kidding me? No way, Nelly.
An even better angle now.
Oh my goodness. With the one-handed twirl club finish off the tee that she dropped, she didn't like the tee shot, gets a good spot, and then yes, ma'am.
Said we needed a bit of a jump start. Nelly Corda delivers. Hoops it from out of the rough here at 3. Vaults to -2. And a big smile from ear to ear. That would get things started for Nelly. And Rumpf delivers yet another absolute beauty here in Naples. You wanted a little giddy up? I'll give you this. Eagle 2 for Nelly Corda. She's 2 under. And now off to a flyer start here in the second round.
We talk so much about the power in the men's game, but Charlie, I would say, is one of the strongest players out here. In fact, she says she has such a hard time sleeping on the road with racing thoughts that we'll often see her at the gym 1, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, and she's bringing other people to the gym now at the crack of dawn, get other players into shape, and should be the Charlie Hall School of Fitness.
She'll post a workout video. We'll talk about physical fitness. We've got a few in our feature groups today that are absolute poster childs for what Nelly just does it with this beautiful, long, languid, graceful swing, and the best driver of the golf ball on the LPGA Tour this season. Officially second in stroke gain off the tee.
She always has. And sometimes it gets a little heavy. She gets too much dirt. You can see that happen. Especially if the fairways might be a little bit softer.
Perfect strike a hole ago. And this one in a predictable spot. An uphill birdie effort. As Nelly has that to get to -3. What would you consider to be the key to this golf course? I mean, people sometimes label golf, it's a first shot golf course, it's a second shot golf course, raced away from
It
her.
was so fast, yes.
So it's going to be a long par saver for Lexi, trying to avoid giving back the shot she earned, and now it's Nelly Corda for birdie up the slope. Look at her chops on that one, just didn't hit it.
You don't see it. You've got to be kidding me. Running through her head. Just a little bit more face.
Well, you get the bonus hole out the hole before, and she played this first 4-hole stretch at 2 under par. Disappointed to make a par at 1, but if you said beginning the round, hey, we'll give you 2 under standing on the 5th tee, you take it and run.
100%. I mean, we showed the stats beginning of our morning how difficult the gauntlet.
Charlie had suggested making it a 3-shot penalty, which you obviously didn't know about. If you're looking at the scoreboard, you see somebody get docked 3 strokes for 3 bad times. We'll get into that conversation a little bit more as the day progresses, as Nelly's ready to fire here at 5. Great kick.
Actually, it's only 92 today, so kind of
Which is what you want. A little bit past the hole, so she gave it a chance. But yeah, I think just not hitting it on the right line to start off with just never gave it even a chance to go in.
Great look here. You're going to track this putt every inch of the way for Nelly.
this putt is right up the 0 line. It gave me pretty much a best straight putt from the end of his thing. So a great look for her.
Stay up, stay up.
Oh, that was mean.
I mean, just hit it a little bit harder and that ball goes in. And that was a great opportunity. Goes by the wayside, so Nelly's still looking for her first birdie putt. She's hit several really good putts. One at 1. 2. Just a moment ago here on the tee, second par 5 of this front 9, but certainly the most gettable one on the property each and every year. Nelly Korda just trying to find the fairway. She's battled a couple of right misses with the driver so far today. That one a little right of center, but in a really...
What year are we in? The early this year. And it's so sweet when asked what Nelly's favorite part of this year was.
Yeah.
After she won 7 times, after she went to the Met Gala and the Sports Illustrated swimsuit, all the things that she's done at the Solheim Cup, Olympics, and she said the birth of her nephew, becoming an aunt.
Yeah, I don't think the questioner was expecting that answer. I think the question was about what was your favorite part of the year from a golf standpoint, and without hesitation, Nelly said the best part of my year was becoming an aunt. In a year that she set a ton of records, so really special. Grayson was on our coverage last year. Still cooking. He was still cooking, but Jess was on the ground watching Nelly play. And she's got fairway medal out here to go for the screening too.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Feeds the hill. Well, we watched her at KPMG. I was there on site when she didn't play as well as she...
We see Nelly walking up, a little sunscreen applied, in what has been one of those memorable seasons for Nelly Korda that you can draw up after last week's come-from-behind victory. 7 victories. You see the most wins by an American player. You have to go back to Beth Daniel last time an American player. Beth Daniel's photo. That is quality bio photo there.
That's
Nothing screams 1990. That's a glamour shot right there.
Even the lane. I love it. But it really...
See the list on. I already got distracted. That's just so good. I hope Beth's watching. That is quality headshot right there. You see the list that she joined. First LPGA player with 7 wins in the season since 2011. Man, and when you think about that, multiple 10-plus win seasons, an 8-win season through the early to mid-2000s. Then Lorena Ochoa sort of took the banner. She won no birdies thus far for Nelly Korda, but she does have a hole-out eagle at 3. This, from long range, would be her second eagle in this second round. If this were to fall, and she has hit 4 really good, if not borderline great birdie putts on her other 4 holes that have just not gone down. We believe in the law of averages. Maybe this long distance try could go to get her to 4 under.
She's second on tour in par 5 scoring average. It takes advantage of her length and her beautiful putting, and doesn't get an eagle to fall, but should be a very low stress putt to make birdie on the 6th hole.
7 eagles this season, now 8 with that hole out moments ago. That will not be her 9th eagle of the season. Her birdie or bet.
And that's such a good range for her, and to get those birdies. She's put such a fluid stroke on it. And some great putting from Lexi now. Nelly looking her birdie over. She had a very little movement in it. Put it firm right up, back up the hill.
exactly what you're supposed to do here at 6. It's a scoreable stretch. Holt up today at 8, the 135-yard par 3. If it's going to be a really special day.
Last hole, she needs some sunscreen, so I think she's in a very good headspace. Just again, played that last hole so perfectly. Now coming to 7, this is one of the tee boxes they actually pushed back. It's a little bit longer, so we're going to hit drivers this time around. Usually this is just maybe a 5-wood or a 4-hybrid, but to no surprise, they have a little bit of a hold-up, which is probably also not ideal for these two girls that are super, super fast.
Maybe the best driver swing of the day, although it didn't get a big pitch forward. That is center. Cut for
Really paying off. 3 under par. For the total. I did not.
the wrists.
That is true.
I prefer fairway, like Elliot.
She's at 135, 40 straight color chart, 8 window again. Has to stay short with this one though, because there's a drop off behind the pin.
Too much of a draw on it. Exactly what Sophia was talking about. That was a trampoline bounce. Almost went in on the fly. And now that will be real challenging for Nelly.
Very uncharacteristic of Nelly not having a spin on the ball. And just take that huge, like that, the trampoline bounce. So that's exactly what happened.
I mean, the pitch mark's what, 6 inches from the cup? Let's take another look at this one on descent. Just short.
And what,
almost at the flag stick.
she could have knocked that flag stick. It was very close, but normally when she hits it back to the flag, you see some serious bite on the ball, where it only will.
Now we're back here at the 7th, and a trampled down area, kind of a thatched little lie down here. This is no fun over the back of the green, Sophia.
This is not fun. I would rather listen to my toddler's read 30 minutes than have to hit this shot.
And that is saying something.
Seriously.
I'm in the toddler stage.
It is trampled down. Yes, it is trampled down. Grainy. Tough to judge.
Oh, that was so perfect. Well, it's
And this
tough
is
too.
Nelly Corda for you.
Yeah, well, what's tough too with that amount of grain is it really takes out some of the other options. Like a player like Lexi, who will putt from almost anywhere, when it's that grainy, it really takes the putter out of play because you don't know how it's going to bounce. It would be extremely slow. We saw Brooke Henderson pull off a wood yesterday through the fairway when it was off the fringe like this, but Lexi just hit that, or Nelly hit that so perfect, put it back in her stance a little bit, took a divot. She didn't really pick it and use the full bounce. Just kind of more of that classic chip shot.
I mean, how easy is that to hit back?
Oh, so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been really easy to chunk. She accelerated.
Simple cleanup for Nelly. Keeps the card clean. 3 under in the round, 3 under for the week. Last year, so we'll see with down breeze if either of these players can provide fireworks a year later. But wow, what a difference a year makes. But holy cow, what a year it's been since we saw that hole-in-one here in feature group coverage a year ago.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even what we were saying, family-wise, now having her nephew that she absolutely adores and gets to love on was Jessica was pregnant with him last year, and now he's out there in the front pack following her. But
Nelly?
if you could have told Nelly last year, hey, next year you're going to have 7 wins, I think she would have taken that. It'd be player of the year. One of those being a major. And like you said, Will, that pin placement looks almost identical to her hole-in-one. Oh,
Yeah, it's average.
I think she likes this 8th hole.
Just a brilliant shot. Love the number and a great look at 4 under for Nelly there. You can see just the difference in the ability to spin that golf ball. Group of 4, kind of similar lines, but just chased it a little bit back, but able to get a little bit of arrows has been exquisite. All right, while that was taking place, the player who has holed out today, looking for birdie back at 8. Cut.
This pin has really given our group some struggles on the read.
It's one hole, it's one
Oh, she hit that out so nice and soft.
wide fairway here at 9, but it narrows if you have driver in hand. But Nelly has routinely just challenged the bunkers down the right-hand side. Wind helping push this ball back left. Trying to thread the needle. And you hear Jason say perfect. Oh yeah, it is perfect. There it is, just on the right-hand side of the fairway.
And that should be a really good angle too in.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but you know you've got a couple of scoreable holes on the back 9 and doing exactly what you were supposed to do today if you were one of these big names. Get it while the getting is good on this golf course. And Charlie Hull, the best round going on property.
And definitely don't count out Nelly Korda either. She could start getting really hot soon. I mean, obviously we saw that amazing dunk from the fairway or from the rough. Well, they're not rough here, but off.
That's the I mean,
off
they're
the
not
closest.
I mean, it was.
Not the fairway.
Say no rough. It wasn't fairway and it wasn't sand, so it's Lexi from distance, and now Nelly wasting no time.
She's only got about 120 yards. She bombed this round. Maybe a wedge in hand. So green light. Let's go.
Staring it down.
Oh,
Okay, gotta make that one, right? I mean, the short miss at 8. Now you're putting uphill back into the breeze. A chance for Nelly to go out 32 and match Charlie Hull at 4 under par on the leaderboard. One of the bigger movers of the morning. Still smiling, and she should.
there's a girl on tour who we've played with for years who would bring a bag of bacon. And
Now we're talking.
and she would, throughout about every 3 holes, just bring out her bag of bacon.
That's awesome. I love bacon. Nelly's got about, again, it's a super similar putt to the one she just had, so this probably has to stay inside the hole and just give it a little bit of pace.
Oh, that was huge for Nelly. Like you said, Will, after that missed birdie opportunity on 8.
So a clean card, a 32. Nelly making the move she needed to make on a Friday, and it started with a bang after the missed fairway at 3. Can't call this right. It's the rough. Look at it. That's from the rough. Nelly Korda from 140, the highlight so far of this Friday. 1 hop, 2 hops, tracking the entire way. The eagle got her going. She continues 4 under par, making the turn. Globe getting the invitation here this week. And the biggest prize in women's golf, women's sports, of $4 million to the winner. Nelly Korda won just over $4 million thanks to her 7 wins this year. She could double it up if she could climb the leaderboard. And a low-flighted driver here at 10, just asking for a soft bounce, and she will get it. There's 131 million in prize money coming up next season in the 75th anniversary of the LPGA. Nelly will load up on the snacks, and we take a look at the effortless beauty that is the rhythm of Nelly Korda's swing, Amanda.
Well, it's so athletic and it's so repeatable. It's actually kind of uncommon when she does mishit it. Her club is completely parallel with the ground. And watch, she takes a very athletic turn through the ball with her hips and just uses the strength of her lower half. She's very tall. Has a very tall golf swing where she can get that really great height on the golf ball as well.
She doesn't need to hit it farther, but it feels like a swing that if she needed to.
Back, and with the wind into, it's hard to get it all the way back there. So Alexi's was a very predictable result.
It's one of the first lies we've seen that haven't been completely flat. Her ball was below her feet there. Did not seem to bother her.
Didn't she? Right on line. Look for back-to-back birdies for Nelly Korda. Both she and Charlie Hull in front of her have gotten within 4 of the lead, trying to take it deeper here on the back 9. Oh, no, obviously, but I would imagine that your team is talking before the day of ideally this is where we want to be at the end of this round. This is how we're going to make the climb back. When does that factor into your inner monologue or your conversation strategically with your team?
Sophia, do you want to answer that one first?
Yeah, I'll go for it. I think, you know, at the halfway mark, I have a good idea for where I am, but if I were Lexi at this point, it's starting to probably get in my head a little bit, and I feel like both of them had a goal of probably being around 5-6 under today at least, just to not lose too much ground for the next couple days.
Well, a really good pace. It's a tricky kind of balance to make, because there's so much of you wants to stay in the moment and, you know, just the golf cliche of one shot, one hole at a time, you know, play each hole the best that you can. But there really is.
Club in her hand, kind of expect that to be really good. And as they walk away, Nelly, aggressive play with driver here at this somewhat short par 4. For 4 under for the week, and this lady, Nelly Korda, 4 under par. Si Young Kim also 4 under par today, but that's about it when it comes to deep under par rounds with about half the field now on the golf course as Nelly set the fire here at 11.
I know these two players, Nelly and Charlie, are just making it look a lot easier than I think it actually is.
See, I guess so.
A lot of burnt edges.
She put a great stroke out. Nelly's could move a little bit to the left. It's very, very quick.
Oh, I thought that looked so good. That was a perfect read. A very fast putt. So just right when it hit the apex, it kind of looked like it was going to bend right towards the hole.
The make rate for a 20-25 footer is quite low, but it just feels like she's due for one today. The speed, the lines have been so good. Hard to nitpick a 4 under par round of golf, but Nelly Korda may be on the verge of something special coming back. Here's here. Shot with the irons for Nelly. Distance control spectacular. Saw that putt just a little bit farther out, hold by Jatanagarn a moment ago. So another great look for Nelly to breathe a little extra life in the putter. It's hard to believe she's 4 under par in this round, and I'm guessing she's probably coming off birdie back at 12. And speaking of birdies, we've got 2 really good looks back here at the 12th, where Sophia, I'm going to call it. I'll let you call it as well. I feel like this is the one that goes in for Nelly to get
Oh
things
my
cleaned
God.
up.
I love that. Let's just say, I'm going to call the same thing. This one's going to go in. This is a great opportunity. 12 feet. Maybe wants it a little to her left and then sneak back to the right at the end. But she's due for one. She's put a great stroke on every single putt she's hit, so she can just get this read right. I see one going in the middle.
Oh, good call, guys. That was
Never a doubt.
I don't think that looked good. Just when she was walking up, a right-handed golfer stream. That's tight bend, right to left. Little downhill's gonna have to crush it.
Now, she won't admit it, but she knows Lexi's going to bury this putt. You got to make it on top of her. You got to put it in. I know this isn't match play or anything, but you were smiling someone off the tee. You know Nelly was thinking, I'm going to hold this before she makes hers.
And Lexi's probably like, thanks.
The final start, it would appear, with her being the 5 under par today. Now back on the tee. Nelly coming off that great birdie. A couple of pop-ups right on the front nine, but she's driven it beautifully the last 2 hours or so, and that didn't walk out there any better. You can see the water just behind her with the 30 inches of rain above average thanks to the hurricanes last month. The water levels finally kind of getting back down to their pre-hurricane levels. So Lexi will walk over. Nelly will probably play out of turn here just to allow Lexi some time, and knowing that Nelly's always ready to rock.
Yeah, Nelly's only got about 125 here. With slight breeze.
Fuck is it?
Feels like nothing right now. To a backhand,
Someone's a
so
drill
knowing her,
through
she's
the
going to play for something that just stays a little bit short, but this is right in her wheelhouse. I wouldn't be surprised to see something go close here.
What the?
Oh, really well done. Well, Sophia was saying when she talked to Nelly's coach, Jamie Mulligan, that
Well, Nelly has a putt to get within 2 of the lead.
Yo!
right here was into the grain and then went down grain. A lot of variables that she had to take into consideration, and even though she put an amount left, I don't know how much closer she really could have hit that.
Meanwhile, Sophia, you probably couldn't have dropped the ball in a better position on this green than where Nelly Corda is.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Again, in the perfect position. Or I wouldn't say traditionally, but this is a weird putt. Every single time I read it left to right, but it goes
What
left.
the?
I think that's just because of the grain,
What
but
the get,
it's up the hill. She can give this a good run.
Hit it. Well, she read it right. Just forgot the whole hitting the ball thing.
And sometimes that's so easy to do. Get so focused on the line, and then don't give it the right speed.
Sophia, loaded question. What has been the most impressive thing for you about Nelly this year?
That is
Big names making big moves here on a Friday. Nelly Corda, 5 under par today. T-ball here at the par 5 14th. Again, one of these holes lengthened from a year ago. This hole, par 5 median, 580 yards. That one is pounded by Nelly, but again, just putting yourself in position, Amanda. I mean, you kind of have options, maybe, like pick it clean, play the long explosion shot to commit to something. She gets out of that waist area, you see her off in the distance. Nelly's not going to have any chance of getting it up near the green, so this is her layup shot here at the par 5.
Yeah, and this is not an easy layup because you go a little bit too far left. Lexi actually went in a spot where you can block yourself out with a tree. So, and you're hitting about a 200-yard shot. So that was a great swing.
Great camera shot, too. Tracking that ball on an absolute rope. All the field with that one. I love that.
And just back to Moria's bunker
X-code
shot. That was
danger.
really challenging. It's probably one of my least favorite shots in golf.
It was this just a moment ago. Nelly Corda. Leaving herself underneath the hole, just a little bit right of probably where she intended. 3 under on the par 5s this week, looking to go 4 under on.
Long time since an American had been Player of the Year back. You had to go back to Stacey Lewis,
this
who was
shit
Player of
might
the
be
Year in
crazy.
2012,
What the hell?
2014. For then when Lilia became the Player of the Year last year.
A lot of great conversations this week about sort of the rise of women's sports in 2024, and you and I were talking off air. It's the perfect storm at the perfect time for women's golf to have, you know, back-to-back Americans be #1 in the world and have the seasons that they have, and then to have sort of the Q rating, if you will, the appeal that Nelly has to win 7 times and be the face of the sport. It's the perfect storm for the LPGA Tour, at least domestically here in the United States. Just a great representative of the game if she can maintain this level of play and continue to drive people to feature group coverage, to television, or to tournaments in 2025 as she looks for birdie here.
She just keeps giving herself so many good leaves. And I think Nelly really is becoming more comfortable, kind of putting herself out there. She talks all the time about staying in her bubble with her team. Her team has now become family at this point. She relies on them so much.
What
It's a big
the-
support system.
Dude.
She really does try to stay in that bubble, but it's been a while since we haven't had just kind of a superstar rookie where it has
Or
been.
a rookie winner.
Yes.
As you see Nelly waiting in the fairway after her tee shot here, and Sophia has more on this round for Nelly and the improvement today.
What the
I just recently was texting Adam Scott.
Oh my god.
Saying, he sent Adam a swing of Nelly's, and Adam was like, that's the swing that I want to have. And that's funny because Nelly really wants to have Adam Scott's swing. So he told me about that, and I just kind of chuckled because those are two swings that I think anyone would kill for, and I think it shows you that even when you're the best in the world and you're the best swing in the world.
They need to try and squeeze it into that right side. Nelly next.
Yeah, but she's only got 136. The wind is so swirly until she's backing up. She's hitting an 8 iron, a small one. She loves to hit those. She rarely hits full irons. She loves to flight them down, so look for a flighted shot that won't catch any of the wind that's swirling up there.
Fledgling wings. Fuck.
Right there. Absolute perfect leave. Putter on it. Just on the putting surface. Nelly Corda with the putt again to get the 6 under. If she can get this round in the house at this number, or maybe get
Tighter because you can see the nerves kind of creep in, and then it creates much more of a jabby putting stroke. And it's really tough. Golf is a tough game. It's a very mental game. Nervous over, even pros get nervous over the putts.
expectation
this
might be
thing
to
is
make it for
crazy.
Nelly right up the slope.
She's coming right up the fall line. Actually, her caddy Jason, he was just kind of smiling at me like, "Yep, another good club."
Oh my
Exactly
god.
10 high. She just.
What
she
the
was,
fuck?
I was thinking it's pretty straight, but she actually just showed it. It's a tad to the right, but she has to give this enough speed.
No way.
She gave it plenty, but it went left. You can see her motioning there with her left hand. That ball just turned a little bit to the low side of the cup. So a misread on that putt. And Corda. Another putt that just
Oh my
singes
fucking
an edge. This is the best round on the golf course, and it could have been better today. But Nelly is making the move and holding position inside the top 5. 3 to go here in her second round.
save.
Seems sort of aging over the last hour. It's been a real brutal one. It's been the opposite story for Nelly, kind of on cruise control, just hasn't made a ton of putts, but here she is, 3 off the lead, and a difficult par 3 here at 16.
Yeah, it's 172 yards. She's hitting 6 of it. And the slow play is kind of killing her a little bit, I think.
Well, Nelly made a really good point last week when the play was just astronomically slow. That it's not good for the fans either. To be sitting out there watching, they're the scoreboard, and Nelly's 5 under par, and she's sitting at even.
All right, well, Nelly pulled a long putt before Lexi tapped in her birdie at 12. Can she cut her for a 2 again early here at 60?
To finish the round, yourself getting an equal look at it. Nelly would like something very similar to that.
What?
No late stare for that one. Nelly, another one with a nice little kick forward. That should chase down to a good position, and both these players in a great opportunity to go for this green win too. We've seen some highlight moments with the star power in our feature groups today. So hard to pick the best of the best, but
And just hasn't been able to make the birdies.
Nelly ready with the green clearing.
Yeah, she's got 204 to the pin, straight downwind, about 182 front. So, 6 or 5 iron.
Got a nice soft bounce. Another eagle look in this round of golfer yardage book to make it fit the fairway in the book. We've got 2 eagle looks. Lexi Thompson inside 16. Here at 17 will be Nelly first. This would vault her into a tie for second if she's able to make it.
Yeah, and I think she would have loved to have this ball land on the green, so maybe get that extra roll. This is a great look, but still one that I wouldn't be surprised if she just tried to cozy that one up there, take a birdie, and try to finish strong on 18. But it's going to break a little right to left, so should be a comfortable read.
She gave it a lot of borrow.
Oh, you can see that the hand. Come on, 'cause that was an absolutely perfect line.
A couple of times she has left the putt short in this back 9, but good call from Sophia. She wasn't going to be super aggressive with that one. Take the birdie. She accepts it. 6 under now in the round, 6 under for the week, tied for 3rd. As you see that clean cut fairway with all of that safety to the right. And now Nelly should have no problem finding the fairway here.
Is that a lake?
She's at 16 of 17
Wings.
in regulation. And the only one she missed is on the front over at 7. Got a little bit too aggressive with an approach that had a really tricky little up and down and made it look way easier than it was. 12 of 14. And done hand shaking. We're back in the fairway. Nelly's T-ball and Lexi's both chased out a pretty fair distance to where I would imagine both of them with a good number here could hit it close.
Yeah, they've actually both got one, I think 126. Jason's actually trying to figure out who's going first right now. Nelly almost flirting with that bunker. I think that drive went a little bit longer than she thought it would. But two great drives.
Oh my God.
Maybe with a slight advantage on the angle over Lexi, but they're hitting no more than pitching wedges into this downwind with a very gettable pin today. So I'm looking for a great finish for both of these girls.
Just another delightful approach shot. The distance control today, Amanda, has been world class. You would expect nothing less.
I mean, Sophia said it perfectly. It's a precision. She's been putting on this just precise iron showcase for us where the distance control has been absolutely spot on. Mentally trick yourself into relaxing, still needing to take that driver, and she's hit some beautiful drives coming in, like on 17 and 18 that set her up for eagle on 17, and then now the birdie putt here on 18.
Big round of applause for both of these ladies as they make their way up, obviously celebrating what Nelly Court has accomplished this year, and many, if this is their lone day coming out to the CME Group Tour Championship, celebrating the career of Lexi Thompson. We covered it a lot yesterday, and hopefully we're not done seeing Lexi on our feature group coverage through the weekend.
Now Nellie's looking at her putt. She almost puts herself in such a good position that she's going straight up the hill. It's almost hard to tell if this is going a little right to left or a little left to right. I read it. I have a feeling
my
it's a
God.
little bit right at the end, depending on how fast she puts us through the grain. So she needs to give this a little bit extra.
Ray watching this putt, and she hit it hard enough. Speed got her a little bit on the back. Probably left 2 or 3 birdies out there in a round of 66. It is the round of the day to this point. And number 1 will be a factor this weekend. The question is, where will 6 under be at day's end? But she did what she had to do today. Nelly putting a number on the board to get back in contention to try and win this golf tournament for the first time and get an 8th win this season. Fantastic play by our morning.
And I'm here with Nelly. This is my first ever interview, and you know, this is awesome. A little bit nervous, but I'm glad it's her. I think I'm the one that's honored. So a couple questions about today. Obviously, even par yesterday, 6 under today. I got to watch every one of those beautiful shots. What is it that you found overnight that helped you kind of propel up and up the leaderboard?
I just hit it a little better. Made a few more putts. I went to the range for probably 30 minutes after my round and tried to find a different feel than what I had yesterday. I mean, I may have hit, I don't know, 14 or 15 greens yesterday, but I just was not striking it in the middle of the face. I don't think I hit one in the middle of the face yesterday, so I really wanted a good feel before going to sleep yesterday, and I did a little bit. I wasn't pleased with a couple of my shots, but, you know, overall, I think I battled back pretty hard.
You definitely battled back. Starting on you're making an eagle on the 3rd hole. That was awesome. I called it kind of. I said you had a great angle into this green, and knowing her, she's gonna get one close. I didn't know it was gonna be that close, but what were you feeling before the shot, and obviously how do you feel after it went in?
I did that for you.
I knew it. I knew you had to get one in for Jess last year, and then you needed to get one in for me. You're like
The hole-in-one, obviously, I had to say for Jess, so the eagle for you.
so the eagle just a little bit worse, but just right there.
From the rough, I didn't hit my shot too good off the tee, and had to hit like a little controlled 8-iron in, and it landed soft and perfect, and I just saw it go in as a putt. So, good way to start my round for sure.
Yeah, that was awesome. And then last but not least, obviously the fam is here. I'm getting so many Grayson snuggles. That's amazing because I don't get them from my daughter right now. And so I've been obviously following along with them. How nice is it to have him out here, have him specifically out here, because I feel like the babies, they just put everything into perspective.
Oh yeah, it's definitely nice to come off the golf course and not think about golf. I mean, you just kind of disconnect from your world, and it's nice to recharge your batteries even while being at a golf tournament. So having my family out here, having my people that I can just be myself with, relax and go out and have a good time, is really, really nice.
That's awesome. So obviously I wish you all the best for the rest of the weekend, and I'm very honored you were my first interview. and good luck tomorrow. Thanks again.
Thanks, so.
Wow. I made it.
She did a great job.
Oops. Nelly making a move up the leaderboard here today after that opening round of 72. A 66 today. How would you compare these 2 days?
Well, definitely a couple more putts dropped today, and actually found the center of the club face, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Golf is just crazy. You go from playing so well last week to not being able to find the center
Almost
of the
a
club face
platinum.
yesterday. It always humbles you, but that's what I love so much about it. Went to the range after my round yesterday, tried to find a different feel, and felt a little better out there today, and hopefully I can keep progressing.
Yeah, we saw you make a beeline straight for the range after the round yesterday. What did you find?
He's injured or 100%, doesn't matter. She loves this place. Plays great. Nelly Corda getting set.
You said the 7th, Karen Stupples, is out there. They've moved this tee back this year, Karen.
They have, so players are now hitting driver off this tee. There is a run out at 290. It is playing slightly into the wind, which is off the right as well.
All the tee box where players were really.
Go back to the 7th. Nelly Corda.
Right from last 21. 27 sounds really good.
Let's go.
So playing a little bit more than the actual yardage suggests. That's because there's a little bit of hurt in that wind coming out the right as well.
Oh.
This is going to be a 9-iron for Nelly, so this is going to be a little finessey shot, not going to be a full one.
She likes these little shots, Karen. Little sawed-off finish. Such smooth tempo.
Can't find him without Ricky here. That's
Very tight around the greens.
Fireballs.
It's always been the way at Tiburon, Karen, that it can make you look really foolish. Even the best players in the world watching over the years.
Let's go!
Men play here at the end of the season. It can be so tight around the green.
I think though, Tom, if you're somebody like Nelly who played well last week too, that I think development is even tighter potentially around the greens in this course. So Nelly very accomplished in that department.
Down at the 8th. At the Rolex dinner last night, Tom Abbott, spectacular job hosting that. Well done, Tom.
Thanks, Terry. There's a lot of fun.
It was. Nelly Corda getting set. One over, though.
Yeah.
Also with 9-iron, hasn't quite put things together.
Good. Okay.
I think she was expecting more wind from the right there with that shot.
Holy fuck, dude.
Pretty good last year, if you remember. On the 8th hole. Years old. Nelly Corda eventually ended up in a share of 8th at 18 under. Pretty good 4 days, but the win was 27 under by Amy Yang. But what a season. Nelly Corda's had. Birdie putt coming up. Kind of a slow start here, but we've seen her have slow starts and come storming back.
And we can look as close as it was to last week even at the weekend. Sluggish on the front 9 and then all of a sudden turn things around on the back 9, especially on Sunday where she reeled off 5 birdies in a row.
There you go.
Started. Second round on the 8th hole. Little birdie on the 18th. Started her comeback.
Heat these things.
We talked about it last week. She just has some.
Too far away at the ninth. This is Nelly Corder.
And some players might choose to either through it or give it Nelly with the drive. It's easy to run through on the left with the wind helping off the right, but Nelly's had a fantastic drive here, Tom.
Yeah, very controlled, that one. Texas these days, when they're not sure. Back over to number 9. Hey, don't you and Nelly Corder paired together. They're playing it
Firm and fast.
Yep. All right, Nelly's just seen that one.
Absolutely.
Nelly's only got 160, but a little different lie here. Ball is quite above her feet. She's going with an 8-iron here. Trying to ride that wind just a bit.
Just sat softly on her. I thought it might kick up a little bit. Still a good chance for a birdie. Would be back-to-back birdies for Nelly. Number 18.
It's just making almost everything that you're looking at.
Back on the tee at the 10th, Nelly Corda, who has played the back 9 much better than she's played the front 9 here through the years.
He's the fucking...
Well, I think it's just a question for Nelly
Sharks?
getting into the round. And this is a good-looking tee shot here. Set yourself up for a second shot.
And we'll keep it here for Corda.
A little upslope. From 110, also grass growing into her here. Knows the greens will stop, so she can be aggressive.
That's the second one in the last few holes, Karen, that she's pulled a little bit. She did the same thing on 7.
Aggressiveness got her there, so a challenge to get up and down for a par. She starts back 9 here at day 1 in Naples.
Yeah, from on that upside, must have designed some making this one.
Asking for it to hold on. And that coming back.
Played well before. That is her sole focus.
Great opportunity normally here at 10, but this to save par for Corda now.
Yeah, she's further away than Hayden is with her second shot, so Hayden will have a shorter birdie putt. This one has to move a little to the left. She watched the chip as it rolled past the hole.
Wow.
That didn't look like a very committed stroke there.
Ooh.
Like she had a little bit of doubt creep into her mind.
Fuck no.
Well, unfortunately, Karen, that has rolled into the middle of a divot. It didn't look particularly deep. We will let you scamper up there after Nelly hits the tee shot and take it up. Here is Nelly.
Yeah, it's always a little bit unlucky because you get up to the ball and you think, oh, hit a great shot down the fairway and I'm in a divot. And this one is trending towards the right side of the fairway. Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's kind of soft and it looks like it's going to be in trouble, but there's more room up there than you think. It's almost where Lydia Ko is.
What do you have? I do, but I think it's slightly controlled. Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's just a little bit out of sorts on the bottom of her.
Historic season for Nelly Corda. 7 wins this year. Incredible.
Really, I mean, quite the remarkable season. And it's been a season with some hiccups along the way. There have been some injuries and some, un-Nelly-like mishaps. in some very big championships, like thinking of the US Open, but she always seems to rebound, and her resiliency is key to many of her victories this season. So far today, I think we're seeing maybe just a hint of a letdown from last week's victory.
Wins.
When you run so high on adrenaline and you win, it's difficult to do it in back-to-back weeks. I know she's used to doing
Well,
it.
Karen, it's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be, but she's made it look really easy this year.
Incredible stretch that she had with all of those wins was staying in the present, not getting too far ahead of herself, being able to really stay focused. We saw it last week. Never really got too far ahead of herself. Even when she got behind, she stayed really, really patient, was able to come back and win at the end of the day.
As she eyes this birdie try from long range, Karen just mentioned it, the injuries, the time spent away from the tour this year, too. You listen to Nelly talk, it's almost like it's not in spite of those things, but they added to what turned out to be a sensational season. In part because of that adversity.
As she said last week, she said, I feel like I've lived 9 lives since my first win in Bradenton. Only, what?
Wind that has it more sustained at around 12 to 13 right now for the wind. But this area is so sheltered, you cannot feel any wind up there, but it is there for sure. Nelly only had 75 yards from that sand.
Really nicely done. When you're a golfer,
Let's see if she can get something going here. Coming up. I mean, Nelly does play these par 4s under par, but not so much here.
1990.
Yanni Sen, the last one with 7 wins in a season overall. Top 10 finishes, 10 of those, and time off because of injury too. That's the
very long hole.
It definitely creates a different look for these players, doesn't it, Morgan? With it being so far back, playing back into the wind as well, and definitely makes the players think about the layup now as well.
It almost forces you to take it a little bit more up the right off the tee as well, Karen, to have a shorter second.
Yeah, that will definitely help. Nelly just down the middle though here.
So she wasn't too thrilled with that either, like it went a little left of where she was looking.
awfully nice to.
This is always a green that you feel like
99's playing. So I give you? Yeah.
feeling like you can be aggressive to a game. It's like that. You feel like it's like a little sort of catcher's mitt there, waiting to receive this ball. And this is Nelly's gap wedge. She threw that one a bit better with her hips there, Morgan.
Yeah, that's about where it looked like she was aimed with her feet. I wonder if a little bit subconsciously she's releasing that right hand. Some of those left shots because her alignment is just slightly too far right. Especially the wind off the left.
Here's some CME and it continues to grow here. Right back out to 14. Nelly Corder with a chance for birdie.
And this one's a little bit uphill. It's going to have a bit of left movement to it.
She's trying to stay patient, Karen, but just isn't quite going her way right now. And when you see the lead at 8 under par, you kind of start to press.
Although we know
Tiburon there on the other side of the road. You learn something new every day. Great look from the
A lot
drone.
of golf courses here in Naples.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know it was right there. Now Nelly on the tee at 15.
Well, as Paige was saying, downwind today. Bunker on the left is in play for these players. That's a lovely tee shot.
Yeah, an important stretch, I think, these next 4 holes for Nelly are where she is so good. Now Nelly.
Nelly for 133, also on that same downhill line. Just going with an easy swing here. You can see that little abbreviated follow through.
Oh, it didn't stop. Careful, don't want to go off the green with any speed. It's going to settle there. And Nelly's going to chip it from just off the green.
It is. A lot of players who putt this green are always really good with chipping.
Speed, so that's a 4. But while we have a moment, let's go down to Amy Rogers.
We're calling it quits at the end of this week.
Right, back to that final pairing. Waiting on 96 in the strokes gained putting, and
you get about 7 behind it at that tower, so that number is going to be 77.
Same club for Nelly, 6-iron. No, I think if you land it sort of about 5 short of this flag, that should be perfect. You'll hit that little upslope, it'll bounce up, and with the wind off the left, maybe a hair of help in this too.
Okay.
Both sides of the hole, making sure she gets a good feel for the line on this one. Didn't see a huge amount in this. It's just a little bit of uphill to start with, a bit of a flatten out.
Misread there, as we saw from that angle. She was playing it nearly dead straight, and from that angle it actually looked like it broke further away from the hole. We can see right there, it doesn't look like she has much left.
there's a couple of par putts here.
It has. It's one of those holes, though, Tom, that if there's going to be a weight on this golf course, you expect it to be on this tee. This hole is obviously very reachable, especially being with the helping wind. The difficulty though is that the green is quite severe if you miss it, so that's where the hold up happens, that everybody waits, and then if they miss the green, that's when things take their time. And that was tattooed.
Yeah, Nelly trying to make a birdie here, maybe even an eagle.
Not on the ball, Tom, and she was in a divot, so just decided it wasn't worth, it was a combination of everything. It wasn't worth the risk at all. Nelly, however, only has 192 to the hole, got a 4-iron.
See if she can get it to the green. We've seen the last few players struggle to get to the putting surface. Same result. That's interesting.
And a very dangerous spot to land it, very close to that bunker, but it's fine now. That's a shot that Nelly would be looking to chip in, really to turn this round around.
Nelly Gordon was the winner 2023. Nelly struggled with that neck injury during the autumn. I think worked very hard just to be able to play.
It was funny hearing her tell me that story last night. It's great.
Nelly now third at 17.
And she's on an upslope.
Yeah, played it well. So that should be a birdie. Get back to level par.
7th bogey at 18 on the day for the field.
I kind of given her this, but Nelly needs to convert for the birdie. Yeah. It's back to level par for the championship.
That'll be just fine. That's not a bad spot to be.
Remember, Cohen Foodaway had 190 plus coming in. Corda now from 151.
That's a significant difference, isn't it? She has no time out, she's on the club. Actually a slight down slope, all above the feet. So a little lower trajectory because of that down slope.
That'll be on that bottom tier. She'll have to put up a bit of a ridge there. This hasn't quite been her day today, but still quite a bit of golf left. Needs a low one tomorrow to put herself back towards the top of the leaderboard. It's very possible.
Talk about how difficult it is to win back-to-back at this level, but she's just proven that she can do it time and again.
Jamie Mulligan is here Yeah, they work on keeping it clean. He did tell me that it was great, you know, last night they spent so much time working on staying in the moment and staying in the process, but to have an event like last night, the Rolex Awards, and to kind of sit there and smile and appreciate all the hard work that goes into it and kind of take a moment to celebrate the incredible season that she's had. You're always looking for the next thing. How can I get better? How can I do this? And, you know, sometimes you don't just really take it all in, and I was watching her face as she was watching the highlight video that they played, the vignette before she was called on stage, and just thinking about what was going through her mind, kind of, wow, I did all this. It's been a pretty cool year.
Have to, as an athlete. I mean, that's, you talk about the people that you get to know along the way, and the people in the gallery and everything else, and the impact that you have on others, but also as an athlete, what you accomplish. It is kind of odd, though, because you're forced to take it all in, and there's no way not to think about it. The night before starting an event where there's $4 million on the line for a win, you know?
Yeah, no, it's there's still more work to be done, and it has been a busy week. This is always a busy week for all of the players. A lot going on outside of the ropes.
Switch it back into competitive mode just like that today, and there's an image from last night. Special. Legends up there with her.
That was a wonderful evening. Tom Abbott hosting. Great job, Tom.
He waved. He said thank you. He said, I told you he's on the water slide already. He's gone. All right, Nelly, now this for birdie.
This one is uphill. I mean, you mentioned Morgan, just below that little ridge that runs through this green. The good news is there's consistency to the shade on this green.
Gallery trying to will it there.
I have no doubt she'll spend a little bit of time talking to Jamie, head coach, her team, spend some time.
Disappointing. Wait on you. And this to finish with a par.
And I think both these players will be earlier start tomorrow. Kind of agree with them, to be honest. It'll give them a chance to go out there and post a good score for themselves.
Yeah, well, no doubt. You just said it, Morgan. Got work to do, but, you know, mindset-wise, from the start tomorrow, opening tee, aggressive. And then the finish at 18, so right there in the mix. Nelly Corda as well, not the day she wanted on the golf course, but speaking of perspective, I mean, you know, last night I was watching the video of the accomplishments of the year that she had. She can't help but take that in, as not only her, but
Already?
And back on the tee, Nelly and Lexi. Just waiting for their turn. A couple extra layers on today, but the sun will come up all the way over the top of the trees.
It should be a very comfortable pairing.
Certainly more gettable for the players. There you see the averages this week. 18 birdies all came yesterday so far here. First. Got to see Lexi's round from start to finish yesterday, shooting that 1 over par, which it wasn't her best. She wasn't hitting it very close, Amanda, but she also couldn't get the putter really dialed in either. So, again, putter's always going to be key to a good round. I'll go glass half full. What did you see from Lexi yesterday that would give you some hope?
Yes, like, when we were watching, I couldn't believe that she was 1 over par.
Nelly yesterday, 12 of 14 fairways. She hit 14 of 18 greens, 32 putts. So it was kind of a similar story to Lexi. The ball striking was fine. It just wasn't spectacular. You know, you didn't have that 1 or 2 kick-in birdies that kind of then leads to the free flowing of the putter swing. But 32 putts, you can't make a move. You can't shoot a number with a bunch of 2 putts. Nelly did make 3 bogeys yesterday, offsetting the 3 birdies that she had. See Lexi, brother Nick on the bag this week for her final event, her full-time elf-sided down below. Back to the tee now here.
Second round of the 2024 CME Group Tour Championship. Your 8:35 start time. First on the tee from Bradenton, Florida, a 15-time LPGA Tour winner and 2-time major champion. Please welcome Nelly Corda.
Greatest winning season in 13 years on the LPGA Tour. This is just her 16th start of the year. That neck injury costing her a few fall starts. 12 of 15 cuts made this year. Top 10 in 10 of those 12 made cuts in the 7 wins. She's won nearly every other tournament she's teed it up in this season and needs a really low round today if she's to cap off this year with the CME Group Tour Championship.
Yeah, it was like 47% of her starts resulted in a win. I mean, that is just so bad.
Nellie's got 130. Also gave herself a little bit better of an angle, but left herself probably a full pitching wedge to, like I said, very bad. So look for this probably come up a little bit short.
Fuck, I can't see.
She putted well at the Solheim Cup. Obviously putted great last week, but
he's injured or 100%, doesn't matter. She loves this place. Plays great.
Definitely.
Nelly.
Mute for a bit.
Thank you.